The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama.
You're listening to Meridian's 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Debbie, and it is cold 37 as you're waking up.
But it feels like what?
10.
No. Doesn't it feel like about 32? It's cold.
Yeah, it's a little tad colder than that.
Yeah.
Boy.
My car's actually said 36 on the way in.
Burr.
Discrepancy, so there must be some wind chill going on out there. But gusts, what, up to 20 miles an hour?
Yes. Watch that today. And quit this every time right before we go and watch this. 2 guys fall in an elevator and I have to look.
I'm sorry. I just saw it on Twitter. It's 2 guys coming down an elevator and there's no door. It's in some other country. And they knew it was falling. I don't know how far, but somebody had a camera on it. And it fell with them in it, and they rolled out of it, and I guess they had broken legs.
They were limping, and boy.
Oh.
Do you ever have that fear of an elevator falling with you in it? Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
I have had that fear.
I have.
I try not to think about it. Have you ever? I've been to that one in Philadelphia that I don't know how many stories. It's
Talking
like
about Philadelphia,
60,
PA?
Yeah, it's like 60, 70 stories. I don't know. It's a lot.
I was thinking the biggest thing up there
And you
was
just
Marty
think-
Stewart's Theater, 2 stories.
Where? Oh. What's our highest? I guess the 3-foot is our highest.
Yeah,
elevator.
here in Meridian it is.
Remember when you used to have to crawl up into it?
Yes, quit reminding me of that nightmare.
I had to crawl up into it one time. They used to have a guy that ran the elevator.
Yeah, we would.
And so it would be like, it would stop about, part of the way, and then you'd have to either step up into it or jump out of it.
They had a milk crate they left in it, and you had to climb up out. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I had. That's why I don't go to the top floor of the 3-foot building,
But
because
they've redone
I
all
understand
of it.
that, but I have nightmares.
You're really missing out. If you haven't been to the top
No.
of the 3-foot, you're missing out.
Yeah,
It's absolutely. They did it. And
I've seen a lot of pictures pretty, but not for me.
It's very nice. We've actually eaten downstairs and upstairs, and my goal is to one day just do a little weekend getaway a mile from my house.
Yeah.
Stay there, because I know the rooms. I haven't actually seen the rooms, but a friend of mine, her brother was one of the caretakers for the 3-foot, and for her, I think it was for her birthday. It was a surprise, or maybe her anniversary. They got a room, the room that he actually stayed in, I think.
Ooh.
And before they redid it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever saw something and you just want to call up somebody and go, what are you thinking? There's absolutely no way no one would ever wear this. And I was getting ready for the show this morning, and I glanced at CNN.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
And these people that do these fashion shows, there is absolutely no way that this can be done in normal life. They debuted, and I'm dead serious about this. I want to show y'all the picture of this. A woman wearing a sideways dress. Now, who in their right mind? Let's just show this. Here we go.
Look at the look on the woman's
CNN.
face behind her.
Look at this. Who would wear
So
that?
fashion shows are just that they take the fashion to the extreme.
What do you do with that, though? Oh, look, it even gets better. Let's show the upside down dress that they had there for them to wear.
See, where's her head?
These people need help. Where is the Walmart fashion or the Target fashion show?
I can show you the
Jacqueline
Walmart fashion show.
Jacqueline Smith. What happened to those people? Just any Saturday morning, everybody in their pajamas.
That, the one with the upside down dress, I don't know how she sees to walk, but fashion shows are exactly what they're for the extreme.
So, but who
They
wear?
don't sell that stuff. They don't. Nobody wears it. It's just to show the extreme, or
Okay.
I don't
Sound
know,
like a
Scotty
big
Ray,
waste
I
of
can't
money.
Explain it. I don't know.
Look, we were on to a.
It's kind of like Victoria's Secret fashion show. How often do you ever see that in real life, in the wild? You know.
Good point.
I know.
Sure looks good on TV,
It
though.
looks good on TV.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, we were on to a big breaking story earlier of a stolen car. We're all on it right up until we found out that somebody didn't make their payment this morning, and the repo man got
was
it.
the repo man.
Repo man showed up again. A couple weeks ago, we had him chased across town. He's a very busy man. Y'all watch out for him.
That's a job I would not want to do, because
Don't be jumping
I'm
on
sure
hoods.
People are having a hard time. Every time I go to the grocery store, I think,
Could this be the day they suck it up?
How are people with a bunch of children at home doing it?
That's
We
true.
don't have children at home, and I don't have to buy all those groceries like I did back when my kids were there.
All right.
And I think, just the few groceries that we do buy, it's insane.
It is.
You carry out 2 little bags.
That's right.
And you've got
And for a
$100.
family of 5 or 6, it's...
I don't know. But then, you've got that along with the rising cost of cars and the rising cost of everything. And I'm sure I bet the repo man is busy.
He has been. We've had 2 fires this morning. Let's go to Lauderdale, Mississippi for our first one that the volunteer fire departments had to respond to. This is right before you get to Lauderdale. This would be on Northeast Cole Lane. Lauderdale sits right here. This would be on the right-hand side of the road before you get there. A mobile home, a double wide, I believe, had received pretty major damage this morning. So we think about them.
Happens so much in the wintertime when people crank up their heat. Not that I don't know what the deal was on that one, but
Right.
somebody said that somebody was talking about you had to jump from back before they redid the 3 foot. How you'd have to jump.
Yeah,
But
it
they
was
knew about
it was
too.
horrible.
Yeah.
We also had another fire this morning as we go to Meridian, and I put the wrong picture up there twice. Would be why that is not right. We had a fire in the 18th Avenue.
18th Avenue and
21st place.
Oh, 21st place, yeah. Is
So-
that not right?
No, I put the same picture up there twice. Boy, I really wasn't on my game this morning, was
Well,
I?
you had some technical difficulties this morning. You're forgiven.
Major.
Major. I like it when Scotty Ray calls me when I'm halfway here and says, major technical difficulties. I'm like, should I turn back around? Should I go back home? Go back to bed?
But we got it worked out there. But we had 2 fires here earlier this morning, and I'll get that picture straightened out here in just a little bit. And we do hope everything's okay. Boy, going downtown Meridian, let's talk about this. Anybody drove there lately?
I drove it yesterday.
Here
I
we
drove it
go.
this morning, and it wasn't as bad. But yesterday they were tearing the street up to put, I guess, the new pavement in.
Yeah. Now, the project guy over this for the city of Meridian says, stay home, don't come this way because you're hindering traffic, more or less, saying that
Yeah, it was bad
pauses it. But so if you can avoid the area going into downtown, do so.
And it's all the way from the bridge to the light at Wendy's.
Okay. All the way up there.
Yeah.
All the way past everybody through there. And you have to really feel for all these businesses, Sanders, and you get to SMI and all down through there.
Yeah, I want to say good morning to Steve King. I thought it said Stephen King at first.
What's Stephen doing?
He just said good morning.
Oh, okay.
Scotty Ray gave me this bad cold.
So I'm getting the play one.
Yeah, I kept thinking, don't give me this cold. Now I got a cough.
Okay, we had an accident yesterday afternoon. Well, actually, it was yesterday morning as we go to take a look at this. This was on the outskirts of town on Highway 19. And you look at my little map and you go, well, what's so special about that? Well, let's just show what's so special about that as you go to the actual photo of what was going on. Truck in the ditch is what we've got there. Head first.
Oh.
Yeah, he was okay, but boy, that was a scary moment there for a moment.
Did they get it out before it flipped?
Yes, he was in, and you got to imagine yourself sitting in that truck going, if I move, it will flip over. And that's what I think he was thinking.
Told you, that's what happened to us. When we were up on that mountain, we were like, they told us to get back in our car, and we were like, it might flip off the mountain. So either it was die from grizzly bear attack or flip off a mountain. So we took our chances.
There you go. Accidents happen all the time, and fortunately, that ended up being okay. We mentioned yesterday we put out the alert that somebody in the county was walking along with a baseball bat. Well, this isn't Lauderdale County, but boy, they sure took it to Clay County, Mississippi. She was toting hers, and she just hit her neighbor with it.
For any reason in particular?
She just didn't like her.
Didn't like her.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of damage with a baseball.
You sure
bat.
can. So watch that baseball toting.
So far we've had machetes being toted around and baseball bats.
Yeah,
Both very
extremes.
highly dangerous weapons.
Well, what's happening is bullets ammo has gone up. And you have to resort to the next best thing.
I guess so.
Yeah, there you go. Another thing, this is just bad when attorneys resort to this. A Hattiesburg attorney has been found guilty of impersonation. He was putting bad reviews for another attorney online.
That is so wrong. I feel like that happens a lot with people, though.
See, they do.
I think you get one person that's upset and they go all out to ruin somebody's reputation.
He got caught, so he'll be
Good.
paying a little fine there and saying he's sorry to them. And
I
would
can't even
have
imagine
to-
taking the time to make up different people.
Wouldn't that
or whatever
hurt your law firm?
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to come to you after that?
Nobody.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I
anybody in their
thought.
right mind.
We go to Gulfport, Mississippi, as we look around the state of Mississippi yesterday. This is just so sad. As 2 children lost their lives in a fire.
Yeah, 6 people injured and 2 children died in that fire. Very sad.
Words just can't.
And that was an apartment complex.
It was, and well, I'll leave it at that. It's just bad. Is the best way I know how to put that. They had occasionally chases are kind of funny to sit back and watch popcorn and read about of people that try to run from the law. It was a lady that went into, this was down in George County is where all this happened in Mississippi. She went into a Dollar General, pretty common there, and she wanted something. She didn't happen to have any money on her, so she decided, whoop, I got a gun. So she whoops out a gun, she takes what she needs, and then they get a description of the car. Here's the issue. She was wanted in 2 states for doing the same thing, and then an all-out police chase happened across 3 counties, and she wouldn't give up until the bitter end. They caught her, though.
I mean, what?
I mean, how does it look when you go to prison?
That's
and go,
not the one where we got to throw out spikes, but they didn't make it.
Not the same lady.
Not the same lady.
Not the same lady. But, I mean, how does it look when you go to prison and go, I'll rob the DG?
I don't know.
I mean, in your status in prison, how is that?
I don't know.
Okay, I thought I'd ask.
I don't know. I don't know.
And just when everybody thought it was going to be great to mow grass, it's going to get worse. Have you mowed grass lately? And you remember the good old days when you'd put gas in your gas can and you would turn it up in your lawnmower and it actually worked? And then they started adding features to it of the little button on the side that you had to push to make the gas come out. Well, just when it got complicated enough, they're adding something new to it to make it even harder to mow grass and get the gas out of your can. This is going to be what do they call this? Mandatory safety standard by July of 23.
So this is to...
Yep.
What does it do? Oh, it just like slows the flow of the gasoline or something?
Yeah, and it keeps it from sparking the flammable,
Or for
the
going
smell.
back into the...
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I do. I grew up with 4 brothers, so I never cut a yard in my life when I was growing up. They all did it, and then I lived in apartments. You didn't cut your own yard. Then I married, and Mike loves cutting his own yard.
So you're just not a grass cutter.
I have never.
This thing is called a flame mitigation device, and what that means is really you won't be able to get your gas out of the can. I'm telling you, there's nothing makes you madder. It's better to load your lawnmower up and go to the gas station and fill it up there than it is to put it in the can nowadays.
Is it really?
It really. I do it all the time.
Is that
now.
why gas cans are so expensive? I saw somewhere where just a gas can was like $40 or $50.
It's gotten ridiculous. Good morning. Already 12 minutes after the hour, and we're going to do something a little different this morning coming up. We're going to introduce you to our friends out at Collinsville. We had a technical difficulty. 7:20, we'll give you a word of the day from Collinsville Baptist. That's coming up. We'll be right back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. Good morning to you. And we're going to tell you what channels we're all on here in just a moment.
Okay. Hey, congratulations to the Southeast Lady Tigers soccer team. They finished second in 3A district and made it to the second round of state playoffs.
Great job.
Proud of you girls. That is a great job. Every country boy in Mississippi will be modifying their gas.
Yeah, everybody knows
gas
that.
can to make it work. This is opening this conversation back up.
Do you
Is it
remember
siphon or siphel?
siphon? No, it's siphel.
You call it
It's-
siphel.
I do call
Every
it
time,
siphel.
No, I was going to say.
Do you remember?
Every time you say
and we're
it,
talking
you say
about
siphel.
gas cans when we were out at Gene Jay's years ago, and somebody had a gas can in the back of the truck, and the pressure built up on that little piece that you put in, it popped off and popped him in the eyeball.
No,
You don't remember that? Bootsy, it hit Bootsy in the eye. You don't remember that?
no.
And he walked around with a patch on his eye for like,
Oh, maybe I do. I remember the
man, that hurt. But years ago they did. They made these little caps that went on the end of that gas thing where it wouldn't pour out. And he had it in the back, and the sun hit it. He happened to be walking by his pickup truck, and it went bop.
I do remember that now.
Man alive.
Gene Jay, what a great guy he was.
He was. We had a question.
I just got to say, somebody said, I miss you, Debbie. I'm here.
She's back
This is me with a cold.
with a cold. All my fault.
Yeah.
We had questions about how to reach us on television. I had somebody that couldn't locate us. Load us. Channel 30 on your regular television. On Comcast, we're Channel 10. The HD channel is 434. Then on DirecTV, we're Channel 30. And then on Dish Network, we're 031. Everybody get all that?
I did.
Okay. Just thought we'd pass
Just
that
don't
on.
quiz me on it.
Okay. Don't quiz you.
Don't quiz.
10 on my TV, Wally. Appreciate you, Wally. Watching
and
there.
you can catch us YouTube or obviously Facebook, and
Yeah.
what else do you have it on?
We're on Twitter,
Twitter.
Twitch, and a lot of other little places there in case of emergencies.
Speaking of Twitter, now Trump is opened up for Twitter and Facebook, right?
He
He has
is.
been released, and which I thought happened last week, but maybe not. So he's released.
Well,
and
he had sent a letter last week, his people did, and said, hey, it's about time we cut this out.
Mm-hmm.
And what this tells us is it's good for Facebook and it's also good for Trump. Although he's got his own little social media, it's not reaching the masses like Facebook is or Instagram. There's tons of people that wouldn't getting this stuff.
Trump has 87 million people on his Twitter.
And as we all know, Facebook stock has plummeted over the last few months because they tried to start something new and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And what else?
What was it? It was like at $300 and something a share, and now it's down to like 120. It went down to 90 something.
I know. I remember. Our vacation got
I
canceled.
know. I remember when you said, let's buy some stock in Facebook. I was like, I don't know. Where else can they take Facebook? This was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you did it. I didn't.
I was riding high for a
You
little
were
while
riding
there.
high. You were rich.
And then
Now
boop.
you're not.
And it's all gone. Now that we bring up Trump, let's just go ahead. If hypothetically, if the election were held today, and this may have happened in the past, I'm not going to say that out loud.
And
'cause
this
they'll
is
get
against
mad.
Biden, though.
Yeah. Trump now leads Biden by 2 points at this point. It's a lot of
Wait,
points.
is that a shocker?
No, not at all. I don't think
Did
it
you
is.
see Biden in that speech yesterday? He said, I will not let the Republicans ruin our economy.
Really? Hadn't he done a
Like-
pretty good job himself?
Things seem a little different to me right now.
Ooh, boy.
Why are you passing over that other story? You don't want to talk about it?
No, we're going to go
You
back
wanna
to
go
that.
back?
Yeah, we're going back to that in a minute. What I wanted to talk about is, folks, as we look at things that happen nationally, locally, the horror that
Yes.
happened with this school teacher. Is everybody up on this? 6-year-old comes to class
Mm-hmm.
with a gun. It is reported 3 to 4 times. Was it 4?
Yeah, I actually watched the attorney come out yesterday and say they were filing a lawsuit against the school district. The teacher, several teachers, went to the higher ups, the principal, and said, this child is claiming to have a gun. This child is a threat. 6 years old now.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, well, the bus is about to come. I think he's just saying
Yeah, that was the
We
last
don't
one that
want
wanted to
any
have him
trouble.
searched. And they go, he has little pockets.
He has little pockets. He doesn't have a gun. And then he intentionally, to prove a point, shot the teacher
in the chest.
in
Bless
front
her
of
heart.
all the students. And so they are filing a lawsuit against the school for not taking action when they begged for action to be taken.
As of this morning, the superintendent has resigned, and also I believe the principal has been fired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
they've
the
resigned also.
superintendent as well.
Yeah. So you got
This is a
3
big
officials that know that trouble is coming.
And a 6-year-old carrying a gun to school.
Why didn't the higher-ups take a stance and have it searched? Most
If
any time.
any adult goes to any person and says, I think this child has a gun, why were they afraid? What was the deal that they were afraid to take that child in there and just search him? 6 years old.
Yeah.
Just say, little Johnny,
Empty pockets.
you stand right there and we're just going to see and make sure that you don't have a gun, since you've been bragging to all your classmates that you have a gun.
Yeah. Now, we have to admit, there's a lot of parents, and y'all see this in the news every day, to where parents go to raising Cain. My little Johnny wouldn't do this. Well, little Johnny does do things, and that's what's happened to our society, is little Johnny not being checked on, disciplined when he needs to be. This is just bad. It's bad for America.
I always thought about the one time my mom defended me on something that I lied to her about. There was a neighbor we had that was just awful. And they were mean to me all the time. And it was a lady. And I whispered under my breath something mean to her. And I swore to my mom. I was young. I swore to my mom that I didn't do it. And I did. And I always thought about that when I was older.
Did you give in and tell her?
Only when I was like 50. Because my mom's not the type of person you start bringing up stuff that you lied to her about. She would still spank you at 50. But it always made me think about when I had my children. Don't always just assume your little child is
innocent.
Yeah.
Wasn't this case the shooting in Virginia? Am I right on that? I had somebody asked about that. I shut the story down.
I think it was in Virginia.
That's what I believe.
I'm not sure yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi, the neighbors are going, we got to do something about youth crime in our area. Well, it goes back to what I just said. You cannot fix the problem unless the parent is ready to discipline the child. And when the police say you're in trouble, you stand by it regardless. I think we got issues like that all across America.
Yeah.
Even in our little town.
I think so too. This is scary.
Okay. How many ladies? And I say ladies because I don't know any men that's taking it.
Oh, men take it.
Do they? Okay. All right. Men's included in this.
I think it became a big celebrity thing at first, and then it went on TikTok.
And then it came to Meridian.
And I mean, it went everywhere. It's not just Meridian. It's everywhere.
So you're saying some folks in Newton could be in this little...
Everywhere. Everywhere.
What we're talking about is a weight loss thing, to where you go get a shot and you lose a little bit of weight. Now, this was being used for diabetics at first?
It's a diabetic drug, Diabetic 2, I think, and Ozempic. And there's some other ones that are...
But a lot of people have been taking this, and it has had results. But here's the bad news. If you've taken this, think of this about... They're saying that it is causing aging problems quickly, that people that have been taking this, they're getting wrinkles, their face is shrinking, and they may need facelifts.
So I read the entire story.
Yeah.
And they were never super clear, and I read it on a lot of different platforms, very reputable ones. And it never quite said what could make, that I read, that can make the aging process in your face happen. And some doctor coined the term Ozempic face. And
pretty clever.
Basically, when you lose weight, your face is going to look older anyway because it's lost its volume.
Right.
So, like, if I lost some weight, I mean...
You could be in trouble.
That's why I like to stay plump.
But there's something to consider, and y'all think about here as this is out now. If you don't have to take it, don't take it. Sometimes,
well, it's hard to get now, I think, because there was a shortage.
Everybody wanted it.
Yeah, there was a shortage, and now it's just unless the FDA makes it a weight loss item, so it's not actually a weight loss drug. People are using it for Debbie Penny has heard of it. And Dawn says she takes it for diabetes. A lot of people do use it for that. Yeah.
Anita, good morning there.
Yeah.
Glad to see you there.
There's Ozempic and there's something else.
They hadn't started
or something like that.
One of those commercials to where it makes you really depressed after watching it on television about everything that you'll catch from it.
I mean, I'd take the shot if I could get it. I don't care.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, we'll be right back. Let's take a moment and head out to Collinsville this morning and get a good word from the Baptist church out there. They call it the First Baptist Church. Here we go. Let's see what they've got to say this morning.
Modern medicine and medical practices amaze me. I'm far from a doctor. In fact, I even get squeamish seeing a bad injury. Yet even someone like me can realize that the strides we have made in being able to heal broken bones and cure diseases is truly remarkable. Still, none of that compares to Jesus, does it? We know that many who were blind, lame, could not speak, and sick came to Jesus to be healed. In his great compassion, he healed many. In fact, the Bible tells us that there aren't enough books in the world to contain all the miracles and wonders that Jesus performed. As awesome as modern medicine is, it can't make someone walk immediately who had never been able to walk in their life. It can't make someone talk who had never uttered a word. Oh, Jesus cannot be matched in strength and power. Yet in these miracles, Jesus is pointing to us something greater. Broken bones and diseased bodies needing to be healed is one thing. But the greatest thing Jesus can do for you, he can heal you of your sin. He can bring you from spiritual death to spiritual life. Almost everyone, even atheists, have called on God for something at some point in some time. But here's the biggest question all of mankind must answer. Have you called on Jesus to remove your sin and find your life in him? He is a good Savior, full of compassion, ready to heal all who come to him. Have you trusted in Jesus? Because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.
Drop in to see Brother JJ and all the gang there. Of course,
I was just reading
Pastor Ben.
Yeah, I was reading some of the comments, and somebody said, I've been taking Ozempic for a long time and never lost a pound.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Didn't work for them.
I also read in that article that as soon as you stop, some people do it just for a kickstart to lose weight and don't use it, just kind of like a fast. You're going to fast for a week to get a kickstart to clean your system and start losing weight.
Yeah.
You can't fast for the rest of your life, just like you're not going to always, unless you take Ozempic for the rest of your life.
Right.
It won't always block that feeling of, that's what it does. It blocks something in your brain that makes you not so hungry.
Terry says she can't afford to look any older at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
That's
with you,
funny.
Terry. I'm with you, Terry.
But watch that. If you've taken that, just be aware that there are side effects to these types of drugs that are happening. This is one of those things. And I remember anybody here go to Northeast Lauderdale High School, graduate from there? That's where I graduated from. Roland Wright taught me, I think it was 7th grade
Don't say English.
history. History is what he taught me. And I remember social studies and all that. And I remember him sitting in front of the class, and he said, and it always stuck with me. He said, I would rather 12 guilty men walk free than one innocent man ever go to jail.
Right.
And you sit there and you think about that. Well, here's the case is we go to Hawaii, a man who is 51 years old. He was serving a 131-year sentence, has been turned loose. Guess why? He's innocent. DNA testing has cleared him. He was not at the scene whatsoever of what happened.
It makes you wonder how many people are really
Got pushed into,
system.
maybe somebody had it out for him and they said, yeah, I saw him do it. And they didn't.
And there's sometimes they just want to solve a case so bad.
It's high profile. Get somebody
wanna get
quick,
somebody.
close it.
Yeah.
Like the night the lights went out in Georgia. We all know how that ended in that song.
Somebody said, Scotty Ray, your mama was an English teacher.
Yeah.
He didn't know that.
I was there. I wasn't the best student that
His
she
dad
had.
was too, so there's that.
It just, it was not a favorite subject of mine, as a lot of people can tell.
Yeah, I don't think I really liked English either.
Just diagramming sentences.
Here we go, talking about those eggs again.
Oh,
Are
boy.
your chickens laying eggs yet? Because I sure would
know.
like some. No?
She's been letting them free range, and I've told her that she needed security letting them free range here lately.
You
That's
really
not
do.
safe.
I mean, honestly, you think about it. If your chickens just laid a dozen eggs, how many do you have?
We have 20 chickens, I think.
That should be laying
It
eggs.
should be.
And they're not laying at all.
We're getting like 2 to 3 a day now, where we were getting 16, 18 a day or better. It's kind of down. But here's what is interesting. I don't know anybody that lives in Hawaii. Does anybody know?
My nephew lives there. I need to ask him if this is right.
We have a lady that has produced a story that is claiming that milk is $10 a gallon, a loaf of bread is $9, and eggs are just out of sight. Is this true
So
for
if
Hawaii?
bread is $9 and milk is $10, then eggs would have to be like $20.
Golly.
I need to ask my nephew. He lives there. But he probably doesn't buy any groceries. He goes out, I'm sure he goes out to eat mostly.
But, yeah, and has that started affecting where you go get that one egg every day? That egg biscuit sandwich, has it driven the cost of that up? Eventually,
I don't know, but remember back in the day when you could go get like 2 egg and biscuits for like $1?
yep, 99 cents.
And now it's like $6.
Getting dangerous out there, y'all.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that are happening across America this morning to think on. That's pretty serious there.
Yeah. Debbie Gabrielle says English was hard.
It was.
It was hard, and it's still hard. And I just wish we had been a country that, like most countries, where you had to learn several languages and learn,
Well, I know two.
What?
Southern and also English. You got to know your Southern English to be able to. And I used to know a little bit of jive. I don't know it as well anymore after Airplane went off
Give me
the
a
movie.
jive word, Scotty Ray.
You remember that line from Airplane where she walks up to the two guys and she goes, I speak jive too, and walks off.
Yeah, I do.
That was funny.
That was from the 70s or early 80s.
I guess that language has gone away, and now is it Ebonics?
Jive talking. I don't know.
Is that even a thing anymore?
Everybody jive talk, though.
The Bee Gees even had a song about that, jive talking.
It's so funny because I can remember when we were like 13. You probably don't remember this. You were probably not born yet. But when we were like 13 or 14, everybody said, man. You would say, oh, that's cool. Yeah, man. And I can remember my mom
that.
said, don't you call me man. But everybody said it.
And John Denver was
you
in
ended every sentence with, man, yeah, that's cool.
When Oh God was out in the movie, it was Far Out, man.
Yeah.
That was a big
Man.
thing. And it all started in California, the best I remember.
Where did you pay $5 for a dozen eggs? That sounds cheap.
$2.67 we're seeing there.
That's $2.67 half a dozen.
Oh, whoops. It just sounds cheaper, doesn't it?
It does.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, it is Thursday morning. Can y'all believe this?
I know.
Sun's coming up. It looks great outside. I see it poking through the window at this point. It's looking good.
I know. And this you were asking me yesterday about Valentine's. Can you believe it? We're only a couple of weeks away from Valentine's Day. We just had Christmas. No, it's approaching.
Y'all be good to your sweethearts. We'll be right back.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Well, normally about springtime, you'll start seeing chickens right here at the farm supply. Get your own. You can even take care of everything you need there if you've got your own chickens at the house. Seed, feed, and a whole lot more there for you. Gloves to handle the situations as we get ready for springtime, which is really not that far off. Just a little chilly right now. It's coming. Front porch sitting, you got a lot of that going on at the farm supply. Anything that you might be looking for from a jacket to keep warm in these mornings here. Sunglasses when you're out. Maybe something to keep your ears warm. Working those cattle, you got to have it there. A few days left for deer season. Anything that you might need between now and then, including filling up those feeders, getting some more corn in there. Boots, keep your feet warm. They got it for you there. All you need there. Your triple corn, they'll take care of you there. Horse and cattle feed right there at the farm supply. Drop in and visit with them. They'll get you fixed up. And again, you get your laying pellets and all of that right there.
Laying pellets? Mm-hmm. Is that for laying eggs?
That's what you feed them.
Oh.
At least that's what I'm told to go get down there.
That's why I don't have a chicken. Somebody just said they checked the Walmart app and looked at for Honolulu prices at the Walmart. In Honolulu. And the prices were similar to Meridian.
Okay.
So maybe they were just at some high-end grocery. That's where you got to, when people are saying certain things, you got to
It could be at one of those, those
like
specialty
specialty stores or something like that, somewhere where it's just a little fancy grocery store.
Brian says, "There's my problem. Quit feeding them laying pellets."
See, there you go. Stop it.
What I need to feed them?
I don't know, but we did learn the other day that it has to do with how much sunlight they get.
Yes,
The more sunlight, the more they lay.
Learning more and more about this.
Yeah.
IBM, we found out in the last couple of days, they are laying off 3,900 people. And what happened to all these people that demanded coffee and the fancy stuff to come to work? Well, they're going to get to drink it at home without a job now.
Is that who asked for it?
IBM, well, it was more of the Twitter people, I think, that were demanding the high end.
I didn't hear that about IBM.
I just put that in there.
Okay, you can't.
Sounded good.
You can't just add to the story when it's not.
But it was IBM and TikTok also, and I don't know much about TikTok, but they are also, as we start to see these big companies like Facebook and all this expansion they had, they are also laying off people that work at TikTok.
Yeah, and they've banned it from most government phones. I think all
Which
government
they
phones,
should.
maybe. I think all the federal, they definitely did, and most states are doing it now to get it off of their phones, TikTok, because, but then, what's his name?
Who's that?
I can't think of him. He's a senator. Right after they banned it, he's got a TikTok account, and he's posting stuff on TikTok, which looks bad.
That does
and
look
it was
bad.
about government business.
Ooh, did you see where the Sesame Street co-founder passed away?
Yeah, I did.
As we glanced this at our Facebook page, he's passed away. He was 93 years old there. Lloyd, do you pronounce that Morissette? Morissette. So I was never a big Sesame Street kind of thing. I know a lot of you loved it for your kids.
Yeah. Your kids didn't watch Sesame
That was
Street?
not one of their big ones there. They were more into the Angry Beavers.
I know Sarah Beth had a Big Bird cake for her first birthday.
Big
and
Bird.
it was just one great big blob of icing that looked like Big Bird.
Yeah.
I do remember that. She loved Big Bird. May have been some of her first words were Big Bird.
Now, you're a little bit more up to date on this story, I think, than I am as we go back to LSU. As we told you a day or so ago that a cheerleader who was a sorority girl was raped and killed. Mm-hmm. This story gets, the more you read into it, the more heartbreaking it is.
It is. So from what I saw, she was working at a bar and she'd been drinking and way above the legal limit. Like she was just extremely drunk to the point where they said it was really should have been into alcohol poisoning. She left with these guys.
And here's a picture
The guys
of her.
are saying that they didn't do anything to her, but that she was so belligerent, I guess they put her out on the side of the road, and that's when she was struck by a ride share. I'm not going to say which one it was. It could have been Uber, Lyft, or any kind of ride share, but
They didn't see her. And
right, they didn't see it. They put her out on the side of the road, though, which they should have taken her to a hospital and dropped her off if she was that bad off.
yeah.
But that's what I gathered from the story. So there's always two sides to it.
Yeah.
And they
Police
said
think-
they had video to prove that there was no sexual assault. None of that took place. One of them was 17 years old.
We'll see what comes of it. But I've also read to where this place where she worked has many, many violations with LSU students of crossing the line of
I think
allowing
they
them
shut
to
it
do.
down for right now.
It probably so.
Yeah.
And you got to feel for these folks. They send their 19-year-old daughter off to college. She doesn't come home.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. It was a girl that was sitting in her car. She'd gotten off work and she was eating a hamburger after work in that LSU area, and something happened to her. Somebody nabbed her.
I remember that story.
Oh, boy.
She was never found safe, right?
No, she was not. That's just the tragedies that happen across America. Yeah, ugh, boy.
Anita Flo, I'm with you. I'm so ready for spring to come on.
We got
Sick of this cold, wet weather. I noticed that the buttercups are coming up, or daffodils, or whatever you call them.
Look here. We got a 50th wedding anniversary. We need to congratulate Freddie and Janie Gully. 50 years of marriage. That's your golden? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Golden anniversary. What is your next anniversary?
30.
What year are you married?
90. So it'll be 33 this year.
Yeah.
Look how quick I was at arithmetic there. Boy, you can't pull that past
If
me.
it would have been a different year, you probably wouldn't have.
I'd have had to sit here.
A good figure that one out pretty quick.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, y'all put a smile on. We'll be right back with some more information. Tell you what's going on in and around the area and across the nation this morning.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Welcome back as we talk about our friend Chet. He's always helping somebody that's had an issue. What I mean by issue, well, you've had a little fender bender with your car. Something doesn't look right. Something's happened to it. It can happen to anyone at any time, whether you're at the grocery store or even in your own yard. You can back a tractor into a car, back your own car into it, and next thing you know, you got a ding. Maybe a deer has found yours or somebody ran a red light. Talk to Chet. They'll get it color matched, get it back right, let you know when your car will be ready, get you a ride home, get you on your way again, and they'll make sure that your car is done right. Ask around. You'll find out why so many people use Chet. It's friendly service, and they stand by what they say. You'll find them in Center Hill at 9888 Highway 495. Drop in, visit with them. That's the paint booth. They even do classic cars. No matter what's important to you, it's important to them. Chet's Paint and Body. Again, 737-2961 is the number to call, and they'll handle it all from there.
Hey, I just want to say my cousin just posted that, so everybody run to Bell Buckle, Tennessee, which is a cute town.
What are they doing there?
They're selling eggs for $3 a dozen, fresh farm eggs for $3 a dozen.
Well, that's
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I have to smuggle some across the Tennessee line. It's kind of like bootleg eggs.
What are we going to do at Easter?
Plastic eggs. That's what's going to happen.
So, I mean, but kids have to color the eggs.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. Things to
What a
ponder
tragedy.
on. Did you watch the new Tom Cruise movie?
No, I did not, but I can say I probably can quote it because my husband watched it downstairs and had it turned on so loud
Really?
that you could hear it throughout the entire house.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
It is a good show. Now, I've watched it. It did have a few characters that I thought were kind of weak, but finally, Tom Cruise is up for an Oscar nomination. 6th, as a matter of fact. He doesn't lead, but he is up for it. You think he may win?
Is it an Oscar or, yeah,
Oscar nomination.
yeah.
He got
So that's his first time.
to my knowledge, that is.
Wow.
Could he get it? Probably not.
I think, well, he's up against, what's his name? That guy that did Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
That-
yeah. Elvis is going to
The
walk
guy,
away.
that guy did so good. He did. He really did. You need to watch it before the. I stopped watching the Oscars or any of those because I don't know most of the stuff.
Well, it's a political platform
back
now.
in the day, you used to know every movie. You probably watched every movie.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I would say 90% of the movies they mention,
Never heard of.
I've never heard of them, or the actors. Don't even know who the actors are.
I agree with you on that. All right, let's talk about something that has gone viral in the United States. Maybe everybody's seen this. Let's show you a picture of the house first.
This is my favorite story of the day.
Now, this is the home. Now, it's small. I tried to make it bigger, and for whatever reason, I can't make the picture bigger from Daily Mail.
Where is the picture?
There
Okay.
it is right there.
Oh,
That
no.
beautiful home. Look at that. Now, let's look at what happened to the house.
It's a beautiful mansion in Franklin. It's in Franklin, right?
Yes.
Franklin, Tennessee.
And it caught fire.
It caught fire, I think last year. they put it for sale because it comes with like 5 or 6 acres and another house on it. So they put it up for sale for $1.5 million on Zillow.
Yeah.
And somebody bought it within a couple of days.
Yeah. And they plan on going through and videoing this all the way through and keeping track with what their progress is.
I'm
Here's
gonna
another
follow the
picture
guy on YouTube as he redoes.
There's a picture right there. Look at that. It was a beautiful house.
He said the chandelier was $12,000 chandelier hanging there.
Is gone.
But it just had, no, it had smoke damage.
Oh, okay. So that's So he's got to be ate up with a little bit of money to be able to redo this house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always something to see there. But that's one of the big things there. Maybe you'll follow that. Keep us updated on that. I'm curious how it turns out.
I'm trying to give Scotty Ray the clue.
Okay, Debbie's got a little cough there, and somehow or another this is supposed to be my fault. I don't know how, but
Step away for a second.
Okay, and those coughs do just come out of nowhere. I've had them myself. As we've talked about the price of eggs, you've heard that quite some time now. What's going on? Here's the next thing that America is facing, and I think all of us have seen this: as we keep giving money to Ukraine. How do you feel about this? Now we've given thousands upon thousands of dollars to them. And now, as we found out yesterday in the big news, as we watch this, that the United States is giving $400 million in tanks. When is enough? Then American taxpayers are going to be paying for this for quite some time, I believe. It's a mess. And are we just as, should we be, does this put us in the war as well? We've given so much with this. As we keep seeing that Russia keeps saying they will take blame on us, retaliate in some way. But that's a lot of money. I don't care how you slice it and what's going on with the war over there. We have given and given and given. And that's one of the headlines that we're following this morning that is happening across America. Lord be with us on all this. It's a mess as we look at all of that. 31 state-of-the-art battle tanks. Golly. And then you add all that up, $30 billion. Well, we'll find out more about that here in just a little bit. Let's see here. We got things going on in the area. We'll keep track of that in a moment. Somebody said we may have to paint potatoes for Easter, Debbie. That may be the thing that we have to do. Scotty Ray and Debbie, good morning to you. It's 7:47. We'll be right back. If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977. The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie, and you are back. You okay?
Well, yeah, I'm okay. Just a really bad
coughing session.
Yeah, I got that. Like I said, I got that cold you had last week, and it seems like it's a little bit worse today as far as the coughing. But it's just a common cold, no big deal, right? That's what you told me last week.
It's common cold.
My daughter sent me a text. She said, "You okay, Deb?" Like, I had to just roll. So I said, "Scotty Ray, if I start to cough, I'm going to tap
And she didn't tap loud enough.
Didn't.
So it'll all be okay in the end there. I hope you get better. Do y'all remember the Tyson food guy that was arrested? Woke up in somebody's bed in their house. It did happen. He said he was guilty, not guilty. He didn't do anything wrong. Turns out, well, he's finally pled guilty to what he done. He was in a lady's bedroom. He just piled in there, piled up. He's pled guilty to it. He was drunk, wandered into her house. That does happen. Poor Deb. I feel for her on this. She'll get better here in just a little bit. That stuff is tough to have this time of year. I feel for her on that. As we look around at things this morning, let's talk about what is coming. I want you to be aware of what we're at this morning. We're at a cool 73, but it's going to get a little bit colder than what we are right now. Let's look at our 7-day forecast of what is coming tonight. When you get up in the morning, tonight is going to be extremely cold. 29 degrees is what we're expecting. Here's our 7-day outlook for the next few days here. 55 will reach to end the week, but we're at 29 degrees in the morning. So keep that in mind. You'll want to warm up things before you go. Over the weekend, looks pretty good except for Sunday. We'll have rain moving in. 60, we got a 90% chance of rain coming in on Sunday afternoon. So it'll be wet. Y'all keep that in mind as we get ready for this. And it doesn't get much better. Wintertime is not changing just yet as we go all the way to February the 9th, and we still show that we're in the 60s, 50s and 55, 60, somewhere right along in there with our weather forecast. But the good news is we don't have anything bad that is listed at this point. So we'll be watching that closely there and letting you know what becomes of all of that this morning there. Our coffin girl will be back here in just a moment as she gets it together here. Does anybody remember this? It's been a while since I've seen her in the news. Do you remember the lady named Octomom? Y'all remember that? She had 8 kids. They're turning 14 now. Really? Kind of shocks me, but here they are as we go back to that and take a look at them. It's been many a year since I've even remembered them or heard them talked about in the news, but a big story them. We'll have to get Debbie some hot tea, as we've had several of you say that that's probably what she needs to get by. Probably so there. Let's see what else is stirring this morning. As we talked about last night, we've had some pretty good nights of the area. We had a few areas last night that the Meridian Police Department had to respond to, but nothing serious. We've been pretty good for about a week now. Kind of proud of that. Nothing bad going on. What else can we say? Hope it stays that way for sure. As we mentioned, we had several fires. We've had this brush fires raging here the last few days. So watch what you do if you're burning. We still got all of this wind for the next few days, and it will get out of hand if you're not careful. I got a pile I need to burn, but we're going to have to wait on that. As we move to Tennessee next, do y'all remember the love triangle that happened in Tennessee with the Nashville police? Y'all remember that? It was a cop that she admitted that she had an affair on her husband. Really? With about 3 other officers. It just went from bad to worse as we watch all of this. As now she has lost her job, and they have 2. She's been offered a job downtown dancing. They've offered her $10,000. Yeah. Just, you can't make this stuff up there. What goes on behind the police department. That was in Nashville, the big news there. Miley Cyrus making news this morning, as we all know her from Billy Ray. What's she doing? She's broke Spotify's 1-week streaming record. Her new song, Flowers, has outsold everything. It is the big song across America right now. Hubba, hubba, hubba. She's got a great voice. She just needs to work on other things. We'll be right back.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
As we go to Maple's One-Stop Shop, don't forget to drop in today. They offer you a lot there. Good food. You can't miss it out there in Collinsville. They've got a lot served up this morning. Bacon, eggs, all that. And, of course, don't forget lunch is coming up. You can get 2 vegetables, a meat, drink for about $8.99. It's a bargain there for you. So much to offer you at any of these, from the community coffee program that they've got to also cold drinks and a whole lot more. Visit with them today. 6 locations scattered across town. They're clean and they're convenient. That's Maple's. Maybe you need a lottery ticket. They'll help you out there. From Pine Springs, Bonita, Causeyville, Chevron, also the 31st, the Broadmoor, or the Last Chance Tobacco Store. They'll help you out there. We are getting word that there has been an accident this morning. This is going to be in the Southeast School area. Highway 19 South at Carmel Church Road. There's been a wreck with accidents. I'm getting word there it's a minor injury, but there has been an accident. So if you're going to be traveling Highway 19 South near Carmel Church Road, keep in mind there's been an accident. It may slow you down for a minute there as Volunteer Fire Department and Meridian, it'd be Mississippi Highway Patrol, possibly the county helping out with that. As we look at that, let's see what else is going on here. As we look, we see so many of these stories, it saddens our heart. I don't know what the answer on this, but as we see another boy was mauled to death by a pack of dogs. This is on and on as we follow these stories of this happening across America. This is Idaho where this happened. If you've got big dogs, they definitely need to be restrained and watched, especially if there's children in the area. The mother tried to help out as the boy was attacked. She jumped threw herself on top of it. She's been seriously injured. And the kid didn't make it. That's bad news. I don't... You wish it could all go away. As we look at some other headlines this morning, let's see what's happening here. Let's see here. Madonna, they were going to make a movie on her. It's been scrapped. They don't actually care anymore. So don't be holding out, waiting for that show. It's not going to happen. Madonna has been scrapped. We want to say thank you for joining us this morning. We'll be back in the morning with more of your stories of what's going on locally to keep you up to date with the very latest here. We want to say thank you. Deb will be back as she gets over her coughing. Thank y'all so much for being a part of our show here.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: